Welcome back to News You Can Use. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things. First up, Reddit has launched a new AI-powered search tool that promises to give direct answers to your questions without relying on Google. So here's how this works. The tool scans Reddit threads and then delivers these summarized answers based on discussions so that you can avoid sifting through all of those endless posts searching for an answer. So for example, if you're wondering about the best budget laptops or skincare routines, the AI would compile the most popular and trusted advice into a concise response. Why does this matter? Well, it shifts the power away from Google and it leans into Reddit's strength, which is real user generated opinions. But it's worth noting that this raises questions about bias and accuracy since the tool relies on existing data. Guess what YouTube is letting you do? Have you ever wanted to share, an exact moment in a song or maybe a piece of a podcast, and you don't want the person that you're sending it to have to look through or listen through everything or scan through to find that part? Well, YouTube Music is actually letting you send a timestamp. So there's a new timestamp sharing feature. And this update means that you can share a specific part of a song or podcast instead of just the whole track. Next up, big news for travelers on the East Coast. Amtrak's new high-speed electric trains are set to debut next spring, running between Boston and DC. These trains are sleek, fast, and eco-friendly, and they can reach speeds of up to 160 miles per hour. Why does this matter? Well, first, it's a pretty big step toward more sustainable public transportation. Electric trains produce fewer emissions than traditional diesel-powered models. And second, they offer a more competitive option compared to driving or flying, especially for busy city-to-city routes. Nobody wants to sit in that traffic. But here's the catch. High-speed rail infrastructure in the US is still far behind countries like Japan and France. So even though this is progress, it's a reminder that we have a long ways to go. We need to get into modernizing our rail systems because these trains could be the start of a rail renaissance in the US. And now I know I would certainly like to take the quick train to Boston to see my sister. Jaguar is sparking a little bit of controversy. They just unveiled a new logo. It's not sitting well with everyone. The classic leaping Jaguar has been replaced with a more minimalistic design, and this is part of the brand's shift to becoming fully electric by 2025. Now, the big question is, why are we changing this? Why do we want to change this? Jaguar is, aiming for sleek, modern aesthetic that reflects its future as a sustainable luxury car maker. So that was the thought behind it. But fans of the old logo argue that the new one feels sterile and kind of lacks that boldness of the original. And for our last story, have you noticed that there have been a lot of food recalls in the US lately? Everything from, contaminated produce to mislabeled allergens. We've been seeing it all over the news. And my question is, what's causing this? Well, there are a few factors. You've got more rigorous food safety testing, supply chain issues are leading to mishandling, and better tracking technology is identifying these problems faster, so we're hearing about it. But what can we do about it? Because, I go shopping. If you recall, there was a Boar's Head ham recall. And, for the first few months of school, I didn't buy ham. I didn't even know when it was safe to buy ham. They said it was safe. I don't know. Is it safe? Well, as consumers, we should pretty much stay informed. We should check recall notices, and we should make sure that we're washing our produce thoroughly and storing them at the correct temperatures. But, on a larger scale, companies need to invest in better quality control, and governments need to enforce stricter regulations to ensure public safety. I'd say it's a pretty frustrating trend. And for your cool find of the day, create your own Real Viewer. Now, this one's a nostalgic blast from the past with a modern twist. This is, remember those clicky Real Viewers where you could see the picture? Now, in this case, you can actually personalize it and customize the pictures in there. So you can take your favorite photos, turn it into personalized reels, and then you can kind of view them through this old school style viewer. It is the holiday season, so if maybe you need a unique gift or you want to capture your family memories or just relive some childhood fun, it's a pretty creative way to do that, and the kids would enjoy it. That's all for News You Can Use. I'm Nicolette Morelli.